Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, do you guys get any audio? Sorry, it's sort of like I've got the wireless mic on right now, so do you guys hear me loud and clear? Great, thanks so much. It's Mayor, right? Right, so I'm just gonna put my phone just here so that I have some feedback on the live stream. I seem to have a problem with actually looking at my live stream. I actually have to look at it from my phone, so. And I also seem to have, and I also with my wireless mic today. Hang on, let me just adjust it. Right, okay, so today I actually thought we were just gonna have it sort of like very light and easy. We can talk about anything. We can even talk about gear or, yeah, anything at all that you guys would like to talk about. Just, you know, just message me over here and I'm more than happy to talk about it. Today, just in case if you guys are wondering what sort of lighting setup I'm actually using, I am using a 120D over here. I've got two sort of like saber lights all around me. So this is what do you call this light? Luxio 508A. And it's one of those cheap China lights. And I've got another one up there. And the best part about this light is that you can actually control it via the remote control. So if I switch that off, so I've got the background separation light off. And I've got another light up here which is red. You can barely see that this part here, there's some reddish stuff. So I'm sort of like highlighting things on the background there. So if I switch it off, then you get it. By the way, how's the live stream coming through? Is it actually going through quite smoothly? Are you guys getting any cut-offs at all? Or is it sort of like, you know, getting jittery and all that? Okay, let me see. Hi, Qippy, came here from Peter Gregg. Hey, Matt DP, nice of you to pop by. And Mayo says, Fujifilm X-T4 with a 1655 is my dream combo. I don't have X-T4. Believe it or not, I've actually got an X-T3 here and I love it. Well, let me get it up here. The only thing I suppose that is its disadvantage compared to an X-T4 right now is the fact that it just doesn't have IBIS. And it also, what's the word? It has a slightly, not as slow-mo as the X-T4. The X-T4 does 240 frames a second. Now this one has only a maximum of 120 FPS, but it's really good 120 FPS. I've actually upscaled it to 4K before, and yeah, you can get pretty decent stuff, man. I mean, like, seriously. Also, the other thing I like about my X-T3 is the fact that it does 4K 60 frames a second. So you can get away with quite a lot of good stuff with the 4K 60 frames a second. Oh, and I bought the silver one because I just love the retro look. So yeah, I love it. Let me just see the messages right now. Yeah, I can't wait to see the XT4 in the flesh. The best thing would probably the fact that it's actually got a bigger battery. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to try that that camera. Or in case, for those of you guys who have just tuned in as well, if you're wondering what sort of sound that I'm linking my live stream to, currently I'm actually using a Saramonic. I'm using this Saramonic UW Mic 9, and I have it linked up to my Camlink 4K Elgato, which I actually got last week. And I ordered it one day and it came sort of like 2 days later. So I was really happy with that. And they didn't even jack the price, which was really good. Yeah, so any of you guys using any Elgato Camlink as well? Because I think they really make a great sort of capture card. I'm saving up for the XT4. Well, for me, I'm saving up for the, what's that, R5. Oh my God. I mean, like, can you imagine 4K in 120 frames a second? You can even sort of like crop it in and you probably still get decent results. I'm so looking forward to that actually. What else can I say? Yeah, that's my setup. Oh, and I have this, this light here. And this light is an MC10 RGB light. Let me just show you what it can do. I love this one. Hang on. Okay. Just gonna turn it on. So it sort of like connects via Bluetooth, and it has an app that you can actually control everything with. So it's really great. Yeah, okay, check this out. I'm gonna switch off the 120D so that you can actually see clearly this thing. So, cool, right? I love this. It really makes a big difference. Being able to control your light from an app is just something else. Like the one that I actually showed you just now, this thing, for those who just tuned in and didn't see the wand, the one that I was actually that I am actually using right now, this one, there's no apps for it, and it has only 6 preset RGB colors, so it is a bit limited. But I guess, you know, if you know the colors that you want to sort of like get, and if you're not pedantic about it, it doesn't really matter actually. So yeah, I kind of like that light. Anyway, let me just switch on the 120D back. So that's my key light, and that's my kicker light. Yeah, and I use the MC10 just as a sort of like kind of a side rim light, but I don't know whether it's really working or not, you know. I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this whole setup? Do you think you guys kind of like this sort of thing? I mean, it's just something that I did. Hey everyone, how are you? Nice that you sort of like popped by. Great. Okay, why your stream not full screen? Oh, why my screen is not full screen? Well, basically I don't want to scare you guys. You know, I think I'm saving you guys from noticing any zits or anything like that. Well, anyway. So, any full-time photographers out here right now, or are you guys got any sort of like different day jobs and all that, you know? I am actually a full-time photographer, and I actually shoot weddings for a living. But currently, of course, as you all know, I mean, with this coronavirus right now, we've got a lot of weddings that sort of have to have their dates changed. Fortunately, we don't have any cancellations, thank God for that. But yeah, I mean, this whole coronavirus has been affecting everyone. I mean, everywhere, isn't it? So that's something that's really crazy, isn't it? So, yeah, and in case if you guys are wondering what am I using to stream this video with right now, I'm actually using a free software, and it's called OBS. And the software actually is made for the PC and also a Mac, so it's really, really useful. I just, believe it or not, I just learned how to stream just like last week, and I'm talking about no knowledge how to stream, and I'm quite surprised how easy it is to stream. So yeah, just in case if you guys are sort of like you know, thinking about streaming but you're not sure, hey, believe me, right, I didn't know anything at all just last week, like literally nothing. And it just was going through what's that, it was just a matter of going through YouTube videos, and I finally sort of like got myself around it. So yeah, back to my question. Any full-time photographers out here right now that are tuned in? Oh, let me see this. Can I adjust to full screen, Qippy? Like, how small is it? I don't think it's that small, right? I mean, it's pretty okay. I mean, what, 90% of you guys, are you guys mainly watching this on your phone, or are you guys on your laptops? I'm actually watching this on my phone, believe it or not, just for the feedback, because I can't actually, well, I can watch it on my screen here, but somehow the feedback is relatively slow. And I'm quite happy that I am using an old laptop here, and it's an old, let me see, it's an old 2.8 gigahertz quad core i7 with 16 gigs RAM, 1600 megahertz DDR3. So it's not the latest thing, it's just got 1 gig of video memory. So yeah, yep. Okay, let me see, under 2 grand. Okay, Mayo says under 2 grand, like people. Oh, I didn't really get what you mean, Mayo. Like people, what do you mean? Sorry about that. I kind of not sure what you mean by that. Under 2 grand, like people. Are you going to upgrade to the XE4? Well, actually, believe it or not, I did call my camera supplier just before the coronavirus happened. And I was telling him that, you know what? I really want to have a look at the XE4. The minute it comes, please let me know. And I'm really interested, and I want to do a sort of like part exchange. But then the coronavirus happened. So suddenly I was like, oh man, I'm sort of like really stuck now with this whole scenario. Because of course, with the coronavirus, now I have to sort of like make sure that I spend wisely, and you know, I don't want to go hungry just by spending on a camera, you know. So yeah, I got 3 kids to feed, you know. So yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? And even with the R5, imagine they sort of like were thinking about bringing it out for so long, and when it finally is the time that Canon sort of like wants to rise above, they actually sort of like bring it out at a time like this. So it's so strange, isn't it? It seems like a mythical camera at the moment. So yeah, but I'm really banking on the R5. I really want that camera to come out. I am hoping to actually upgrade it from my EOS R into the R5. I mean, God willingly, should I have the funds, of course, with everything that's happening in the world right now. I don't really know. Okay, now let's see the messages. Are you like going to, yeah, as I said, yep, absolutely, XT3, still a great camera. You're right, the XT3 is still a great camera. Can wait for the XH4. Actually, that's quite interesting that you actually said the XH4. You know what, to be really honest with you, I have a feeling somehow they might even phase out that camera, because the XT4, which now currently has IBIS, is sort of like kind of taking over the spot of the XH1, don't you think? So I have my doubts. I mean, if they are gonna do the XH2, I reckon they'll probably make an XH2 that is so different in terms of spec that it still is somewhat relevant. But you know, you never know. I mean, with Fuji, with JFX 100 megapixels camera, that's crazy. That would be really nice to try out, wouldn't it be? So yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. So what other new cameras are coming out? Oh yeah, the A7S III. Now, isn't that a bit of a legend? I mean, like, we've been hearing about the dates, when it's gonna apparently appear, and that was last year. They say it's gonna come out this year, and this year it's still not yet out. So yeah, it's one of those cameras that's so elusive, and yeah, I guess all those Sony fanboys are sort of like waiting and waiting and waiting. But fortunately, I'm not one of those Sony guys, but I can imagine how frustrated the Sony guys must be. And, you know, it's such a long wait, I think, from the last A7S II. Yeah, so that's crazy. That's a really long wait. Hey, City Lights Photography. Mike, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Actually, to be honest with you, I didn't really know what time I should actually come online, simply because, well, I'm working on Malaysian times right now, and Malaysia is currently at 2:18 in the PM. I'm just finished lunch, just a bit over 1 PM. So yeah, it's just so strange that I've actually got a lot of people that are from the transatlantic. So yeah, so it's quite interesting to actually know that I've actually got to work from a different time to do these sort of things. Okay, so Mayo says Fuji X-H2 Dream Spec 5.9K video, 30 megapixels, price 2,500 US. That camera will fight which black magic? Well, I reckon it'd probably fight with a BMPCC, right? I mean, that's pretty much in its ball mark, isn't it? I reckon. Yeah. So Craig, oh no, not Craig, Mike says, it's like I am waiting on the Nikon Z8 and it's not expected now until sometime late 2021. Yeah, yeah. But I don't know why. I mean, I don't want to offend you, right? But I have a great feeling that somehow Nikon's really in the deep end right now, and I think they're really in trouble because they haven't been innovating that quickly, and everybody's sort of like catching up, especially with Canon, and their strategy has been really, really bad, you know. And what's the worst thing is currently is that they just took their time so long that this whole coronavirus thing is sort of like happening, and to be honest with you, I don't know how they're going to get themselves out of this deep end. And yeah, any of you guys out here, any Olympus users out here? I know I don't use Olympus, but yeah, I do appreciate the technology that they do. That it's really, really interesting. I think there was the latest one, OMD. I'm not that familiar with the model names, but I think they're out with the latest Mark III at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm just glad I'm actually using these headphones, because before this, I had no means of actually knowing my feedback. So I didn't really know whether I was cutting off from sound or not. So it's so great to actually know that now I really know that the mic is working, because the worst thing is that when you're actually working with a wireless mic like this, sometimes you don't even know whether you've actually cut off. But I do have the Atomos Ninja 5 here, which I am looking at the metering for the audio. Oh yeah, just in case if you guys are wondering, I am streaming from an EOS R. The EOS R is feeding the HDMI signal into the Atomos Ninja 5 here. And the Atomos Ninja 5 is bringing the signal into my old Mac. So I've got a LUT that is on my Ninja 5, and it's doing all the conversion here. Well, it's doing the LUT there, and it's transferring the signal down there. So yeah, I sort of like found a good workaround to actually get a LUT look kind of live stream, and I'm kind of happy with the LUT that I actually put on, because just makes it look not like a webcam, right? Okay, now let's see. Oh, by the way, I have some background music on. I just wanted it not to be too monotonous. So do you guys hear a hint of music in the background? Do let me know. And if you're wondering where I'm getting the music from, I'm actually a member of Epidemic Sound. So yeah, well, here it is again. I'm actually giving free advertising to another big corporation, right? Okay, let me just read through what you guys wrote. Yeah, Pocket 6K Mail says, yeah, Nikon strategy hasn't been the greatest. I'm also going to see what Canon offers with the R5 when it comes out, especially if they don't cripple the 8K. Yeah, I mean, I honestly think if they even cripple the 8K, I don't really care, to be really honest with you. As long as they make the 4K something that's really usable, I'm totally fine with that. Because 8K, I can't even handle it. I can't even handle it in my laptop, so I'm really not bothered about it being anything bigger than that. So yeah, I really don't mind if I'm gonna get a crippled 8K. But of course, I mean, you know, it would be great if there's a functional 8K, but I have my doubts that Canon won't just bring and swing their cripple hammer that's so famous with what they usually do. So yeah, but that being said, you know what, I really hope that Canon does something good with the pricing, because if it's going to cost something like 5K and all that, I'm definitely going to be so gutted, because I don't know how I'm going to afford that, you know. So I'm really hoping that it's going to be a camera that might cost around, you know, okay, maximum about 3,000 plus or something like that, you know. Let me just read through your stuff. Nikon D6 disappointment, yeah. Mirror, the D6 and the Z50 were both huge disappointment. I am just hoping Nikon puts a fully articulated flip screen on the Z8. Oh, you mean the Nikon doesn't have a fully articulating screen, right? The Z6 and the Z7. Oh yeah, that was the only caveat, right? It has IBIS, it has everything, but it doesn't have an articulated screen, right? I mean, I'm asking now, so yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, back to my question. Do you guys actually hear the hint of music in the background? I'm just curious to know whether it is working. I mean, is it loud enough that you guys can pick it up? If Canon prices the R5 at the 5,000, then I'm not going to buy it. But if they do put it at the around 3,000, I'll jump ship. Yeah, I think if they actually set the price at 3,000 bucks, I think that would be such a sweet spot. And I really think they need it, because they've been wasting too much time that Sony actually has catched up, and Sony has sort of like basically massacred the 4K game, and Canon's been sort of like the only one that's sort of like left out, you know. So I think this is Canon's chance to actually be what they were when the 5D Mark II came out. If they get this right, believe me, they're gonna dominate the market all over again. And I'm really hoping that does happen, because honestly, Canon is the only manufacturer right now who's seriously doing really good glass for the RF mounts. So they have to do it. They have to do it, because if they don't, then they're really wasting their time. Because, you know, I even heard that they're coming out with I think a 16 1.2 or something like that, something crazy. They're really going for wide angles that are so big in aperture. So that will be really interesting when it finally comes out. So yeah. Yeah, the set. Oh wait, hang on. Let me read City Light mics. If Canon prices, yeah, right, 5,000, then I'm not going to buy it. But if they do, yeah, 3,000. That's right. Yeah, the Z6 and the Z7 only have tilt screens, and yeah, I can hear it. Great. So do you guys like the music? Is that all right? I'm a bit of a jazz guy. You guys into jazz as well? Because I love jazz. I come from the generation where I used to go to Kenny G concerts and stuff like that. I like James Ingram's stuff. I like Brian McKnight and all those sort of R&B stuff as well. And I like a whole plethora. Well, that sounds a bit too. Well, anyway, I like all kinds of music. So what kind of music are you guys into? So yeah. Oh, just in case if you guys wanted to see my camera, this is an old camera, a bit of a modern vintage camera. So this camera is my 1DS Mark II, and believe it or not, up until today, I really, really love the images that come out from this. It's super relevant, and it's got this forgiving dynamic range that's just out of this world, even better at times than even some newer Canons. So yeah, you know, it's one of those cameras. If you do find a good copy in the stores, I would say jump on it, grab it, and just use it as your sort of like fun camera to just sort of like shoot things over the weekend and stuff like that. You know, I love it. If I manage to actually show you guys some pictures that I took with the camera, let me try and find something, okay? So keep talking. I'm just gonna browse through my computer right now, and I'm gonna show you a picture that I actually took with this camera. So hang on, let me just see. Okay, let me see. It's a wonderful camera, guys. So don't ever think that old Canons are really bad. They're really good. Okay, aha, okay, here's a shot that I took. Okay, I'm just gonna move the screen over. Hang on. And I guess it's a good thing as well that I actually did the window slightly smaller, because I do have an older computer, so I don't really want to sort of like push the computer's capacity to, you know, work, because I have a great feeling this computer's got a big chance of crashing if I push it too far. So anyway, desktop screen view. Okay, let's go to the desktop screen view. Okay, here it is. Can you guys see the desktop screen view right now? Have I got it there? Oh wait, where's it gone? Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to show you this picture. Okay, so this is the picture that I actually took of, I don't know whether you guys know, do you guys know Nigel Barker of America's Next Top Model? Well, yeah, if you do, I actually had the privilege to actually be the team that actually brought him from America to, well, I was working with a team that actually brought him from America to come to Malaysia back in, can't remember, 2015 or something like that. So yeah, because we actually had a workshop, and it was sort of like a masterclass kind of workshop that we kind of engineered. So we got him to come over to an island over here in Malaysia, and he sort of like did a private class thing, and he had a talk as well in the capital. So yeah, that was really nice. And he's a really, really nice guy. Yeah, so I'll just sort of like, you know, I kind of love his expression here. And yeah, this shot was actually shot using with that so-called old, as you want to call it, old camera. And as you can see, it really, really is good. I mean, like, it's still pretty much, you know, I mean, I kind of like the grittiness of you know, grain. So I'm not okay. I'm not one of those photographers that needs no ISO noise and stuff like that, because I came from a time where I actually what's the word? I actually used cameras from film days, so I'm quite cool with grain, and I don't really mind grain at all. I think that grain really adds character, so don't ever shy away if you see grain. That's for me. I mean, I think you should embrace grain. Grain causes a great sense of organicness to your shots. So yeah, I think grain is a good thing, you know. I mean, like, why should you really bother? I mean, like, we're all not perfect anyway, right? So if you don't want, if you want something that's totally grainless, I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. I don't want grain that is really sort of like spoiling my image. But where I'm coming from is the fact that if the grain is there, and if it's not going to be doing much damage to your picture, I don't think you should be so, you know, meticulously worried about the grain at all. So yeah, that's my view. I don't know what you guys think. Anyway, this is another shot that I actually took, and it's a picture of Steve McCurry. Do you guys know Steve McCurry? He's the guy who actually shot this girl in the background. It's the Afghan girl. So I actually managed to capture this shot while he was down here in Kuala Lumpur, and he was actually giving a talk about his slide. So this slide actually happened to come into, behind him while he was actually, you know, showing his slideshow, and I just said to myself, I've got to get that shot. So yeah, and I reckon, okay, I've got to check the metadata after this. I reckon this shot was actually shot with my 1DS Mark II. So again, that's what I'm saying. The 1DS Mark II is an excellent camera, especially if you know its limitations. And thankfully, I mean, I don't say this boastfully, thankfully I happen to know its limitations. And one of the limitations of the 1DS Mark II is the fact that you need to know that it isn't the greatest camera when you go into low light. So yeah, you know. I'm going to show you. This is another shot of Nigel when Nigel was in town. So yeah, he was really nice. He was just like a big brother to all of us. He's such a humble guy. And this was him going through his Sony Alpha settings, and he had the Pocket Wizard there. If you can actually see, well, I'll probably try and zoom in, and then you guys can actually see. Yeah, there you go. Oh, all the grittiness of the grain, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go through the next shot. What do we have? This one was actually shot with a 5D Mark II. And let's have a look at another shot. Oh, this was shot in Bali. It was for a pre-wedding shoot. And yeah, the couple brought us over to Bali, and it was such a beautiful place. It was my first time in Bali, and I really enjoyed, well, we really enjoyed myself. I went there with my wife, and at the time I had my one kid, my only daughter at the time. So she joined us in the shoot. They were so gracious, and they actually brought us both together on that trip. So that was really fun. And yeah, okay, here's another shot. This is a portrait session that I did, and it was for a family portrait. So they are two sisters here. So I just sort of like referenced this shot because I saw something online that looked similar to this. So I wanted to line up their lips together and sort of like, you know, to kind of mimic the fact that they are sisters, right? So I just wanted to actually kind of, by me lining up their lips, it almost sort of like was saying the fact that there was some relation that they had together. So I don't know whether that makes sense anyway. Okay, let me check another picture. By the way, how's the transmission going there? You guys getting good shots? Okay, here you go. This is another family portrait that I shot. It's for an old client of mine. and it was welcoming a new addition to the family at the time. And yes, I love the lighting. So I just shot this against a bright backdrop, and it was just done near a sliding door, something like that. And there's no artificial light at all. And this was actually shot with the 5D Mark II. Nothing really, there you go. Got another shot of Nigel being all happy and having fun in Langkawi. Oh, this is a shot that I took for a portrait session, and both of them are actually a couple that I shot for their wedding, and they sort of like extended taking shoots from us after they were so happy with the wedding shots. So they decided to sort of like, we're gonna take him again. And I was really, really lucky. I was very fortunate they actually liked my work, so that was really nice. This shot, I kind of like it because, okay, it's a picture of the Natural History Museum in London. And my daughter really loves dinosaurs, right? So let me just zoom in. So if you see the Brontosaurus there, here you go. You see my little daughter looking so happy and intrigued, being, sort of like surrounded by this gigantic dinosaur. So despite the fact that the framing may be really large, but I really intended it to be that way simply because I wanted to get the enormity of the place. And there's definitely a sentimental spot in my heart for this picture. I just like it. And I think that's one thing that's really important in photography. You should really shoot what you like and don't worry about what people have to say about your pictures. This is a shot that I actually took, and this one was in New York City when I was there in 2010. And it was just this policeman. He's just had this expression that was just so nice, So I just decided I gotta get this, And especially one thing I love about New Yorkers, they've just got so much character. When we were actually walking around in New York City, especially, they're just these characters that would just like, talk to you, and they'll be like all excited, and they'll be saying, how we doing, and it's so fun to see people that are so energetic. And yeah, my heart definitely goes out to all the New Yorkers out there. I mean, I do hope they're all, safe in this scenario, and I know that they're getting the worst from this coronavirus right now. It's really sad to know. Right, this is another guy that I actually snapped, and I think I shot this with a 50mm 1.2, and it was in the bus, and I just happened to sort of like, the bus was just moving, and I just said, I gotta get this guy. All right, so I hope I'm not boring you guys with all my collection of pictures. All right, so this picture here, oh, I just love the way he looked. I mean, of course, I don't say it in any disrespect, but this homeless guy has got so much character. I mean, just look at him. I mean, there's so much story in his expression and his face. And what's really sad is that just beside him, people are carrying on with their daily lives, and it's almost like he doesn't exist at all, so it's really, really sad. Of course, it happens everywhere around the world, and I'm not saying this sort of like to pinpoint any, badness or in any Western society or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's just sad. Anyway, here it is. Here's another shot of a baby that I actually shot. My photographer friend of mine in New Jersey, and I actually managed to grab this shot of him kissing his child. So I really like that. I think his name was Emerson. It's been so long, I can't really remember. I only follow him on uh, what's that? Facebook at the moment. These are two sisters. The girl in the back is my wife's good friend, and they went to university together in Australia, in Perth at the time. And this is the lady in front is her sister. Sorry about that. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, these are the shots from. I think I was actually standing. This was at Carnegie Hall in New York City. So I used the brick wall to be kind of a backdrop for the photograph. And here I have another photograph of my friend's son, and I just sort of like lay him on the grass, and I just decided to give this sort of black and white treatment, you know, sort of like, it almost feel like those old wartime pictures, sort of black and white sort of thing. So yeah, I just wanted to give that really contrasty kind of shot. Yeah. Let me just see another one. I love this shot. This was him just sort of like working out a really nice smile just for the shot, you know. So I just love his eyes. His eyes were just so mesmerizing, and it's really, really nice, you know. Hang on, I'll just keep on showing just a few more before I bore you guys, and then we'll go straight back into talking about the camera gear and stuff. Right, so this is a shot. Me and my wife, we were actually walking on Broadway, and at the time, we just so happened to come across a sort of like a premiere that was happening on Broadway itself. So suddenly we got to see people like Brooke Shields was there, that guy from Doogie Howser was there, I can't remember his name. And he didn't really appreciate that we were actually shouting out and calling him Doogie Howser, Doogie, you know. So yeah, he started clenching his jaws. Oh yeah, Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. But yeah, we did manage to attract his attention. And here we have Quentin, the guy, I can't remember his last name, Quentin something, and he's the guy in the Hero series. So I managed to sort of like shout and call him Siler, 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 and he sort of like, you know, he turned around and he sort of like strike me this pose, and I was so happy that I managed to grab this shot. In case you're wondering, this was shot with the 1DS Mark II and an 85 1.2 Mark II. I love that lens. The bokeh and the compression that you get from that lens is amazing. It's one of those lenses that if ever you have it, just keep it, you know. Oh, right, this is another shot. We actually use sort of like a newspaper stand just to be the backdrop for the shot. Yeah, so we wanted to do something that was fashion-esque or whatever, but I'm sure Mark has got a few ideas and he must be thinking, oh, I don't know whether this really works or not. But anyway, let's see now. And this is another shot used with a fisheye. So I used the 50mm 2.8 fisheye for this shot. And I love this shot. This little girl's name is Zoe, and he's my photographer's friend's daughter. And this was at their backyard in New Jersey. It's really nice. She was really nice, and she was very, very cheerful, and such a nice character. Oh, this is a guy in New York City, and he was selling bagels. So I just asked him, you know, I say, hey, can I actually get a shot of you? He said, yeah, sure. I think that's what he said. Well, it's been quite a while, can't remember now. Anyway, let's see a few more shots here. This is a bit of a playful shot that we actually did in Central Park. So we've got the girl, as in like my wife's sister, my wife's friend's sister, and yeah, we just decided to actually do a shot where we're cutting in the frame and just showing parts of herself, because I actually thought it's quite interesting to actually show the detail of the bark. It's had kind of a interesting character, I guess. All right, bear with me. I'm just going to go off with a few more pictures. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, well, I guess, yeah. This is pretty much the shots that I'm going to show you for now. I don't really have that much. But yeah, back to this screen then. So that's some of the collection of pictures that I actually have. So anyway, let me just take some time to have a look at some of your comments. Hang on. Feel free to message me. I'm just going to have to read through this thing, okay? Okay, so where I left off just now with City Light Photography, or Mike says, Qippy, I agree. Sometimes grain adds character to a photo. Definitely agree with that. I think go with the grain if it works. Oh, sorry, I got my daughters here. Wow, very nice. Okay, and whoa, very good, very good. Okay. Mark says, it's not perfect, but dealing with the Elgato right now. Yeah, great. Oh, just in case you're wondering, I am using my Elgato. Oh, I actually got this light. It's actually switched off now. The battery's gone. So, wow, there you have it. The battery's gone. I probably can take the one above and sort of like use it. But anyway, not important right now. Yeah, where was I? Mark. Okay, it's not perfect. Oh yeah, now I remember. I'm actually using my Elgato at 24 frames a second. I just wanted to get that film kind of slightly slow motion-y kind of feel to the whole thing, because I'm really into 24 frames a second. Whenever I can, I use it. I'm definitely not a 30 frame guy or 60 frame guy. I'm very, very cool with 60. Yasmin, sorry, my daughter's here. Go out, please, sorry. Close the door, please. Okay. Yeah, so I'm using the Elgato with 24 frames a second. I don't know whether you guys are actually, do you guys actually see it working well or not? Okay, so let me just see the comments. It's not perfect. Okay, I have Lightroom presets that emulate old Kodak film look, and I add just a touch of grain to any photos I use those presets with to add a touch of character. Yeah, I use Visco actually, and I use loads of their film emulsion sort of like look. Let me just try and switch all these things in my screen off so that the internet. Are you guys getting a really slow connection right now? Okay. Okay, hang on. I'm still reading through these things. Okay, Mayor says, I need to go. Sorry, but I enjoyed your show so far. Thanks, Mayor, for tuning. Great shot, Qippy. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I try. Still learning the ropes, definitely. Okay. Later, Mayor. Okay. I second that. Great shot. Cheers. Thanks so much, Mike. Steve McCurry is amazing, but he has come under heat over the last few years for posing his photos. Yeah. I mean, there has been quite a lot of controversy with some of his shots, right? Yeah, I've definitely heard about it. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's his. Yeah, that's another story, I guess. Sorry, was okay. Now it says here, Mayo says, Hello, Qippy. Very cool live stream. Cheers, Norm. Cheers. Thanks so much, Norm. Audio could be slightly higher, but great on my 2013 MacBook Pro. Okay, I'm going to just increase the volume of the mic right now. How's that? Is that a lot better right now? Okay, now it says, sorry, was reminded something I had to do. Had to transfer some photos from my laptop over my phone to get them up on Instagram. Great stuff, Mike. It looks great and smooth. Transitions with your live feed. Great, great. Matt DP says, your kids want to be in the show too. Yeah, I know, they're here, right? So, that's one thing, you know, everybody's at home right now. The stream looks great, still dancing with all the settings between all devices. So we'll have a go again on my Sunday evening. Yes, audio is better now. Great, great. So how's things right now in Brisbane? You guys having any rain or anything today? Kuala Lumpur's been sort of like pretty rainy in the afternoons. So today I'm not too sure whether it's raining right now because I'm just sort of like in my upstairs home studio. So I'm not really sure what the weather is like outside because I've got everything sort of like all the curtains are down and I can't really see anything right now from outside. But I do have my kids all over the room right now. Okay, just give me a sec. Being a bit, I want to put the background light at the back because I want that bluish tinge to go around again. So just bear with me. Please keep on leaving me the messages. I'm just gonna put the wand here. Hang on. Yasmin, please don't stay here. Excuse me, excuse me. Okay, keep messaging me. I'm totally cool. I can still hear you guys. Well, I can't hear you guys, but I'm just unscrewing this light above me and it seems like I've got to charge. Okay, there you go. So, you guys can still hear me, right? Okay, great. Great, that I still got audio. So I just took the one light. Oh, no, Yasmin, no. And I'm gonna make it blue again. And this one, I'm actually gonna charge it now. So you just charge it with micro USB. So it's really, really useful that you can charge it with micro USB. But guess what? I'm gonna try something that I didn't even try. I am actually gonna try and see whether I can use micro USB with this battery, right? And I'm gonna see whether it's gonna allow me to use a battery while it's on. That'll be interesting to find out, right? So that I can actually use this kind of setting if I want to in my next shoots. Hang on, let me just see. Can I plug this in? And can I use it in real time? Seems like real time is the word for everything, isn't it now? So, oh, hang on. Good thing I've got some jazz music, I suppose, to entertain you guys while you guys are getting bored looking at me. Wow, it works. So that means I can use a battery with this wand light. Great. So it's going to be charging at the same time. Okay, got my kids at the bottom there. Oh, okay. I don't think this wire actually works because it's an L-shaped kind of wire. I've got to have the wire that goes directly so that it doesn't. Yeah, okay, here you go. There, got it. So I'm just gonna screw this light back on. Bear with me. Okay, hang on. got. Oh, okay. Hang on. Gonna go through your messages soon. Okay. Got the light on here as well. Okay. Got it set to red already. Going back to the computer. So, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Very unprofessional of me. Leaving the stage right now. Okay, sorry about that. Right, so I'm back. So any questions that you guys want to ask me concerning anything at all, if you guys want to talk about any gear or anything like that, yeah, shoot me a question. Hang on. Very cool. Mail. Okay. Audio could be slightly higher. Okay, I did that. It looks great, smooth. Your kids want to be in the live show. Yeah, tell me about it, right? The stream looks great. Still dancing with all the settings. Yeah, great. Yes, audio is better now. Blue sky at 16:54. Perfect weather. 23. Wow, 23 degrees. Nice. And I like the fact that you're actually working with Celsius because I'm really not familiar with Fahrenheit. Okay, your live window is only about 2/3 of the screen with the white border. Is that by design? Yes, it's definitely by design. Okay, so the light looks like a lightsaber. Yeah, it is kind of a lightsaber-ish kind of a light. And I'll show it to you again. Yeah, it looks like this. So it's about $70 US. And so far, I kind of like it. But the only disadvantage about this light is the fact that it only sort of works with a remote, right? And you can't actually operate it over an app. So yeah, I don't think it's that useful if you want to actually use an app, you know, so. Yeah, this is the other light that I really like. Part of the reason why I actually bought this light was I wanted to have greater control. And this light offers me that greater control. This is the MC10 RGB WW by Aperture. And it's really, really useful. I mean, you can't use it as a key light, but you can use it as one of these sort of like kicker lights. And for those of you who've just joined in, just in case if you're wondering, what light have I actually got as my key light? This is the 120D with a light dome, and it's the first light dome. It's the Mark 1. It's the one that you can't easily take out. So I've got it plunked here, you know, just permanently. And I bought another umbrella, another light dome like this, which is like an umbrella sort of version of it. And that one I can actually open. So yeah, I find that useful. So this is the 120D. I've got a table light here, just sort of like to light, to give me some light at the bottom of my chin so that it's not too dark. And yeah. Okay. All right, Yasmin and Alia. Okay. I'm live right now. Sorry about that, guys. And yeah, so let me just read through what you guys have. Yes, yeah, batteries running in live streams. I run everything via cable power, so no interruptions. Yeah, that's great. So right now with my EOS R, I do have cable power because I'm actually using a dummy battery with that. But unfortunately, these lightsabers, they don't really have cable power, I guess. But for whatever reason, that light is actually still on. So it might have just been tripped by my daughters just now. So great stuff. Yeah, wait, hang on. Let me see, it looks great. Your live window is about 2/3. Okay, yeah, batteries running in live stream. OC in Toronto, oh, 0 Celsius in Toronto. My God, that's so cold. We had snow flurries this afternoon. Not unusual for Canada. Wow, you must be, you know. I bet you can actually meet up with Matty Hopoya, you know, being in Canada. Have you actually bumped into him at all? And also, there's another YouTuber that I really like. His name is Mark Holtz. His stuff is really good, and he talks a lot about vintage lenses. Love his stuff. Okay, Yasmin Alia. Sorry guys. Okay, I have a Yangno YN360, which is an RGB, which is a good light rod. Yeah, I think I've seen one of those. They're really good, and I think the profile to that light is kind of flat, isn't it? Well, I could be wrong, but I remember seeing a Yangno like that. Yeah, that's really nice. So yeah, great. Okay, let me go through this. Never bumped into Matty, but I often watch his videos. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I like watching his stuff. It's really nice. Oh yeah, and of course, Peter McKinnon stuff is nice as well. I like watching Potato Jet's stuff. I mean, his stuff is really silly and nice. And also Kai Wong. Oh, Kai Wong is just so hilarious. He's really funny. Yeah, Kai Wong's really funny. And yeah, and he. Yasmin, don't touch. Hope you guys can hear. Right, sorry. Yasmin stepped on the power supply, so I'm sorry about that. I got a bit cut off just now. Sorry. My daughter stepped on the plug. Right, sorry about that. My daughter stepped on the plug, so I was like wondering what was going on. And I was like, man, suddenly the Atomus didn't have any, you know, any pictures and stuff like that. So I was like, what? Oh, hang on. Let me just see. Okay, what did I miss? Yes, the Yangno is flat, like it have cable power in supply connector. Yep. Plus there is, yeah, I love Gerald Undone. Have you actually met Gerald Undone? I love his stuff. And he's really nice. I've actually commented on his stuff, and he's actually commented once, of course. I mean, who am I? I'm just really small, but it was really nice that he sort of like left a comment. I was like, wow, great, Gerald leaving me a comment. Yeah, so yeah, Gerald's really good. But Gerald's so detailed, it's amazing. The live stream virus hits us all. Yep, definitely. Norm. We run articles from Michelle Wahlberg and Kristen Bogner in the magazine. perhaps you have seen their work online. Do forgive me for my ignorance. I'm not too sure, but I'll probably, I'll probably Google them right now, because, yeah, I'm afraid I definitely am not familiar, but it's probably because of me. I'm just ignorant like that, I guess. Let me just see. Do apologize. Canadian wildlife photographer. Wow, okay, looks good. Yeah, but Canada must be really beautiful, right? With all the nature around you guys. Really nice stuff. Elephants and stuff. Yeah, look, speaking about nature and stuff like that, I'm one of those suckers who actually like watching, what's that? Sir David Attenborough's stuff. Yeah, it's really, really good. And he always leaves you wondering sometimes, how on earth did they get some of those shots, right? It looks like they sort of like planned their shots for ages and ages just for one shot. Yeah, so, but we live in the same city, and we're planning to meet up before this virus lockdown. If any of you have Instagram, let me know. Qippy is cool with it. I will share it. Yeah, I'm totally cool. Yeah, feel free to share your numbers, your information, or anything like that. I just hope that that the YouTube algorithm and all that won't sort of like do anything with censoring it, because like I do know sometimes they do that. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Oh, Alia. Sorry about that. My kids are in the room right now. Alia, out. Yasmin, come here. Come here. Come. Sorry about that. Now this is what you get when you have, come here, when you have lockdown and you want to do live stream and you want to do everything. Yeah, see? The minute she's on the camera, she's totally cool and she's totally quiet. So yeah. Oh, did I just get cut off? Did I just get cut off? Did I just get cut off? Do you guys still see anything? Okay. Oh, that was just now. Okay. Because I'm looking at my feedback screen and it's like really, really slow. So it looked like in my feedback, I'm just going through the cut off part. So I'm like, whoa, I'm living in the past right now. But fortunately, that was just now. Okay, so, City Lights says, sorry, I keep on calling you City Lights. Mike says, no, but we live in the same city, London, Ontario, and we're planning to meet up before this virus lockdown. If any of you have Instagram, let me know, and if Qippy is cool with it. Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. Sweet. My Instagram is great, okay. City, Ontario, okay. It's all good. I have shared custody of my 8-year-old daughter. Your daughters are your co-star. They love the camera and the camera loves them. You are still running all fine. Great. Thanks, guys. Yes, Yasmin? What?
The blue patches matches the same as Alia.
Oh, okay. I don't think you should be telling everyone that. Okay, Yasmin and Alia, please go downstairs to mommy, okay? We'll see you guys later, alright? Maybe later we can eat some chocolates, alright? See you. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so any of you guys want to talk about any more gear stuff or anything like that? Can't believe that I've actually been streaming for, how long has it been right now? Let me see. I have been streaming, wow, not bad. 1 hour, 11 minutes so far, and I hope I haven't bored you guys to death, or bore you guys to death. Yeah. I'll admit, The YouTube community is way better than any other form of social. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, Norm. I find that with the YouTube community, even though they may have a big following, they tend to answer your questions, which is really sweet. I don't really find that a case with a different sort of social media platforms sometimes. So, yeah, I kind of like that fact that I mean, there's a really healthy interaction in the YouTube community, and that's the whole reason why I sort of like went into YouTube, because I felt that I was getting the answers that I was looking for. And in fact, the whole reason why I'm here is pretty much because of the fact that I learned so much on YouTube. And as I mentioned, I don't know whether you were here earlier, but everything that I'm doing today is all learned from YouTube in terms of this live streaming thing. Just last week, I was totally zero knowledge in terms of live stream. I downloaded OBS one day and I was pretty much up with doing OBS, the very next day and all that. So it is really, really amazing what you can actually learn from YouTube, and it's so easy and so fast. And the best part is there's nothing better than to actually see things to learn things. I'm really a great believer and advocate of actually learning things learning things through seeing real examples. So YouTube's the only real platform that really does help us a lot on sort of like learning that way. Oh, yeah. Yasmin, sorry.
Checking if her nose is stretching.
What?
Checking if her nose is
Yeah. Yasmin, you need to go downstairs, please. Sorry. You really need to go downstairs. Sorry. See you later, okay? Right. Bye, Alia. Right, so all of them are like really, really restless. So you guys all married with kids? Who's married out there? Who's got kids? Who's got grandkids and all that? Coffee. Okay, let me see. I'm totally cool with the chocolate. Oh, okay. You are still running all fine. I'll admit the YouTube. Yep, definitely agree. And Norm says, I wish I had one of those things that Peter Gregg has, where I can actually highlight your comments. Because right now, there's no way that I can actually make you guys see what I'm actually reading. So sorry about that. I am totally cool with a chocolate break, Norm says. And Mike says, I'm having a coffee, lol. Believe it or not, me and my wife, we are totally not coffee drinkers at all. So yeah. Okay, let me see. Your live stream is great. I like the personal approach. Cheers. Thanks, Norm. You're probably just being nice, eh? All right, let me see. Mark says, I will be doing a live interview with a Sony advocate live on my Sunday, so that should be interesting. Yeah, I'll look forward to it. I hope I can actually, make sure I tune in that time. Okay, and Mike says, nice, Mark. Yep, great. Mark says, really aiming my show towards interviews in the future. Great stuff, Mike. And Mike said, great stuff, Mark, sorry. Mike says, Eric Pickett, on APS-C, a 24mm is equivalent to a 38, and so 35. Oh, speaking of which, right, okay, let me just read through this one. What millimeter lens is good for real estate? Real estate, okay. For 8 Canon APS-C cameras, 24mm is too zoomed in. I reckon actually if you get a 16 to 35, you're pretty much covered. So yeah, that should be a good enough lens actually. So a 16 to 35 would probably translate to about that's almost a 24 on an APS-C. Maybe just slightly less. Let me just try and calculate that. Man, my maths is horrible. Let me see. Is it 24? Hang on. Where's the calculator? I used to miss when the Macs used to have, you know, the dashboard that you can just sort of, it just came down a lot easily. Now you've just got this this launch pad thing, and they've done away with the dashboard thing or whatever they call it. Okay, so 16 times 1.6. Yeah, it's about 25 millimeter. That's still quite cropped in. Oh, maybe you can actually use the 10 to 8, that 10 millimeter, what's that Canon, that really cheap Canon lens, that plasticky one. I think it's 10 to 22. 10 to 22 is a 16. And don't get the Mark II, because that one, the aperture is very, very small. It goes about a minimum of 4.5 if I remember. Get the older one, the 10-22, the older one has the largest aperture set at 3.5, so you're getting yourself a bit more light. Yeah, okay, let me read through this. You need, oh, hang on, 24 minutes, okay, Eric, pick it up, yeah. You need to stream with Ecamm Live software or similar. Yeah, I wish I could stream with Ecamm Live, but to be honest with you, I mean, I'm already sort of like paying my subscription for my Epidemic Sound and stuff like that, so I don't want to be spending a bit more, you know, on a monthly basis. I've got so many things that I'm already paying on a monthly basis, so I don't think I would be doing that though. But yeah, good idea, Mark. I do get you there. Eric, I shoot interiors of travel and motorhomes with APS-C cameras and 12mm. You have to watch the alignment to avoid keystone effects, but the results are spectacular. Yeah, great. Oh, by the way, since since I did ask you guys about music and stuff like that earlier, any of you guys here that actually sort of like play any sort of like musical instruments at all, or you know, are you guys into that sort of thing? Yes, Yasmin and Alia, please go downstairs. Go. Sorry. This is YouTube right now, okay?
Okay.
I'm live right now, okay, sorry. Right, so, you guys got any more questions for me? Or do you guys want to talk about anything else? Or let me see, what else do I have picture-wise? Yasmin, can you please not play there? Oh, if you weren't using a Canon APS-C, I would have recommended the 12mm Rokinon, because I'm actually using a XT3, so the 12mm Rokinon is really good because it's really bright at f2, and it's equivalent to about 18mm f2, so you know, you don't really have a lot of 18mm f2s around. Oh, sorry. Okay, but some of my brothers play guitar, and one plays guitar and harmonica. Wow, interesting. My nephew plays bongo drums and guitar. Great. Used to play the trumpet. Wow, great. That's nice. My most frequent request was the sound of silence. What's that? Is that a song? Sorry. Definitely a bit blur here, right? Yeah. Okay, I shoot for local musicians. Wow, that's great. Any of you guys, have you guys had the privilege to shoot anyone famous at all, recently or in the past? Oh, I'll show you someone, and I'll see whether or not you guys can guess who he is. It's not going to be that easy because it's a very contrasty shot, but hang on. Yasmin, out. Okay. All right, hang on. Sorry about that. Okay, so are you guys still there? Okay. So this is the shot I took of someone a long time ago. And I don't know whether you can guess who this chap is or who this guy is. I shot him a long time ago, back in the 90s, and back then I was actually studying in UK. I was in a boarding house. So before I tell you the answer, can you guys sort of like guess who it is? Yeah. And yeah. Anyway, just gonna put this down here. So, any guesses? Hang on. Alright, sure. Any guesses so far? Bono? Nope, nope, nope. Show you the picture again. I don't know how clear that is gonna be. I'm trying not to shake so that you guys can actually guess. But I took this when I was doing my A-levels when I was in England. Quite some time back now. Yeah. I know, like I said, it's not the clearest of shots because he is looking upwards. Yeah, so. Any guesses? Okay, Norm says Sound of Silence is a Simon and Garfunkel hit from the 70s. I have 84 hours of music, all of all genres that I listen to in the car. None of it is from this century, haha. Believe it or not, I was when I was during my teenage years, at one point I was really into Elvis, believe it or not, so don't worry. I used to even like listening to Paul Anka and stuff like that. A bit of an old soul at one point. Still do appreciate old stuff as well. I mean, don't listen to it that much nowadays, but yeah. I mean, I can. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, it cut off just now. Yeah. Okay, Yasmin and Alia, can you please go downstairs? Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. So, have you guys guessed at all who it might be? No guesses. Maybe I should give you guys a hint. He's a famous author, and he wrote many. Oh, sorry. And he wrote many political books back in his day. Any guesses? A very famous author. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I did get cut off because my ceremonic mic was acting up just now. Okay, so any guesses, guys? Any guesses at all? Hey, let's just turn up the music, eh? Make it nice and jazzy in here. Let me see. Love that. I love music like this. I don't know whether you guys are into this. Oh, I love this stuff. Kurt Vonnegut. Sorry, don't know who that is. I haven't photographed anyone famous, but have met quite a few celebrities. Yeah, yeah. We do get that bumping into, you know, getting lucky to bump into quite a few people. One of the ones that we sort of like accidentally bumped into in London last time was
You're
this
very funny.
that Oasis singer guy.
You're very funny in the light.
Yeah, yeah. That Oasis. What's his name? The head of Oasis. Hello? Okay. I've got to be careful with this mic. If I accidentally bump into it, it'll, you know, start getting, you know, losing its sound. Okay. So, hi Naeem, thanks for tuning in. The music caused a YouTube copyright problem. The music caused a YouTube copyright problem, really? But I'm actually using licensed music from Epidemic Sound, and I do have the license to use it. So, is it actually doing anything on your site, Norm? What's happening when it goes on? Is there anything? Oh no, it wasn't Stephen King, Naeem. Okay, are you guys ready to find out who that guy is in the photograph? Nope, it's not John Major. Not John Major, definitely not. Any guesses, guys? License makes the music. Okay. Norm, is there anything going on your end with the music when I turn it up? Sorry, I'm not too sure what's going on. Is there any issues with the music? I hope it's not too loud, right? It's fine, right now? But this is amazing, I tell you guys. I mean, you guys should really use this OBS. So right now in front of me, I can see all these things, and I'm like this tiny producer that I can see what track I want to put and this and that, and it's really amazing. You have to definitely try OBS. I think in its own, it is a bit of an eCam, but it's just free. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, all right. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Okay, sorry, the thing. Oh, still did it. I better not touch the wires. Okay, I'll probably leave the mic on the table. Right, so before I tell you guys the answers, one more last guess. I've met Wayne Gretzky, world's biggest jerk, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, definitely know him. Danny DeVito. Yeah, definitely know him. Robin Williams. Yeah, nice. Ed Norton. Yeah, definitely know them. Well, not personally, but yeah, definitely. I think Ed Norton's such a great actor. He's such a great actor. Music. Okay. All right, I'll tell you guys. Any last guesses who that was? Any last guesses? I'll be giving away an XT3 to someone who can actually guess. Oh, I love music like this, don't you? Do you guys love this kind of music? Just sort of like really laid back. All right, shall I count down before I tell you guys who was in that photograph? Okay, no guesses. I met Muhammad Ali in Montreal many years. Wow, you met him. And I met Hulk Hogan in Miami. Wow. And Emerson Fittipaldi in Toronto. Why does that name sound so familiar? Is he like a footballer or something? I remember that name, Fittipaldi, but I can't remember what he is. Can't remember exactly what he does. Dan Lauria, he has amazing. I also met Dan Lauria. He was amazingly nice. Okay, I'm blur. I don't know who Dan Lauria is. I'm gonna have to Google him right now. Sorry. Dan Lauria. Who is he? Oh yeah, Wonder Years. The dad. I love him. I used to watch Wonder Years. Okay, let's see. I also met George Chauvel. Oh, this is another blur moment for me. Let's Google him. Am I gonna have the same moment of suddenly getting Eureka and saying, yeah, I know him? Hang on. Okay. Oh, isn't he the guy? Yeah, he's the Miami Vice guy, right? I think. Emerson Fittipaldi, famous auto race. Oh yeah, Fittipaldi, yeah. That's why I sort of was wondering. I kind of heard that name before. Right, great. All right. Anyway, I might as well just tell you guys who is in this picture. So here it is again. It was actually shot on film, and I was using, I think at the time, an EOS 1D. No, it's not 1D. I was using an EOS 1N, and it's a film camera. And this is a picture of Jeffrey Archer. Do you guys know Jeffrey Archer? He's quite a famous author. Yeah. And there you have it. My daughters are still at singing Frozen 2. No, it's definitely not Jack Nicholson, Mark. Definitely not Jack Nicholson. Yeah, so. Right. So. What else should we talk about? Man, I've been waffling off this long. Can't believe that there is actually anyone still watching. Yeah, but just in case, if you guys are, interested, do check out Epidemic Sound. They really do make great music there. Mark, you say you nearly had that camera. You mean you actually wanted to buy an EOS 1N as well back then? Okay, so. Oh, by the way, Mark, I had a look at your website. Wow, very interesting that you actually started being interested in photography since you were 9. Yeah, that's really great. I started from film days myself. I started to sort of play around with the camera when I was 12, but yeah, definitely couldn't afford my own camera, so it was just my dad's one. Oh, is that? YouTube has free music, by the way. Oh, yeah, well, because I want to use it for my YouTube videos, and sometimes when you're sort of looking for stuff online, it gets really difficult sometimes. So, because with Epidemic Sound, you can actually really go from genre to genre. So, yeah. And this mic does. Do you guys have any tips on, lavalier mics that like to actually, after a while they sort of get a bit fiddly, and then you have to sort of position them in a certain way to make sure that they don't cut off? Do you guys have got any tips on that? How do we actually not get them to cut off, in between? Yeah. Yeah, my father was a Leica shooter. Whoa, Leica, huh? I never had the chance to actually own one, but I've actually played with one which was the Leica M. It's quite interesting, and of course, Leica is so clear and sharp. I mean, the lenses are amazing, definitely amazing lenses. You should get a Rode Wireless Go. It's a wireless mic system and amazing. Yeah. I've been hearing quite a lot of good reviews on the Wireless Go. But the only bad thing that I've been hearing about it is that sometimes it does apparently sound a bit tinny. So yeah, I don't know. But I can imagine actually using the box might save us from playing around with the wires, tripping and stuff like that. Yeah, I've heard about them having the lav mic as well, but I don't think it comes packaged with it, right? Yeah. So, wow, seem to have still 9 people around here. They must just be watching us chatting. Yes? What's that? Oh, you better go downstairs then. Go downstairs. Go to mommy. All right. Right, so toilet calling. Bit more information for you guys there, right? Okay, I have the Wireless Go, but use the NTG NT1. Oh, that's really nice. Wow. Speaking of all these Rode NT series, I wish I could actually have those NTG 4s and stuff like that, so that I can actually put the mic just above my head sort of thing. That would be really great if I could do that. But yeah. So, let's see, I use the Wireless Go. Oh, I've seen, okay. I use the Wireless Go for video for Facebook and forgot to adjust my mic input settings for volume and nearly blew everyone's eardrums out. Yeah, I can imagine, because like that thing's got a preamp, right? Lots of Canadians in the chat tonight. We meet hockey players all the time, plus baseball and football stars. Some nice, some a bit caught up with themselves. Oh, okay. Lots of Canadians in the chat tonight. We meet hockey players all the time. My mom was a photographer. She had the Canon AE1. Wow, that really old one. I've seen it. It's like silver, right? And the Nikon N2000. She gave me them because I started to get into photography. Wow, good stuff, man, Eric. Norm, so true. You get the odd famous athlete, though, with like George Chuvalo and Angelo Mosca, who are very humble. Wow, that's great, man. Oh, so that means that guy just now wasn't from Miami Vice. I actually thought he was from Miami Vice. Sorry. Get a mic, boom, pole, and holding bracket, which then is held by a C-stand and clamp. Yeah, I mean, up here I've actually got a sort of like, well, so it's like a tripod, well, a clamp thing where I actually do my looking down shots for my reviews. And I used to put a mic up there, but now I've sort of like just gone into this whole lav setup because I'm so lazy to sync music later, to sync sound later. But yeah, I'm sure that will be great. Right, guys. George was a very nice man. Also met Whipper Willie Watson. He did a wonderful job for children's charities. Great. The holding bracket is for no, George is a retired boxer who faced Muhammad Ali at Maple Leaf Garden in Toronto. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just looked like that guy in Miami Vice. Sorry, I was a bit blurred there. Yeah, but I still have his photograph here, right? No, and I actually didn't read through here. Yeah, because his face was so uncannily looking like the Miami Vice guy in this shot, so I just didn't read through. I should have read through actually. Oh, new C-stand complete is about 120 Aussie dollars. Not bad. Great, man. Good stuff. George went the distance with Muhammad Ali. Incredible effort. Oh, great, man. Yeah, a couple of years back, I did get to meet Muhammad Ali's daughter. She came down to KL or Kuala Lumpur. There was sort of like a conference going on, so I managed to snap her. But it was a very brief moment. It wasn't like a really long shoot at all. Yeah, but that was interesting. All right, Matt, DP, thanks so much for tuning in. That's really nice. Thanks, guys. I'll probably have to log off soon myself. I didn't believe that I've been online this long. Ah, see? The 120D actually literally switched off on its own just like that night. And it seems to be happening every time at about 1:42 in the transmission. So I guess that's a sign that the light too is giving up on this live session right now. Of course I can switch it on, but let me show you. It'll probably kick off. There you go. Just doing it again. What is the difference between the Zhiyun Tech Weebill S and the Zhiyun Tech Crane? I think the Weebill S, what it actually is the smaller version of the Crane, so to speak. So it's for the lighter cameras. So the payload is a lot less than the Crane series. Yeah. All right, guys. Any last questions before I wrap this up? I'm really so happy that you guys stayed along this long, and I'm so sorry that the lights are sort of like giving up on me right now, and I have to actually turn on this table lamp. The 120D gave up at 1 hour 42 minutes. There you go. It doesn't want to turn on. It just keeps on turning off. Weight they can hold. This one in different size. Yeah, definitely.
Why is it still off?
Yeah, the light's already giving up on me. All right, guys, should I call this a wrap? Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate the fact that you guys even spent some time here with me. I mean, like, I'm really a novice at this, and the fact that you guys stayed on almost the whole way through is really flattering. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to continue doing it as a daily thing or once in a few days, but it's really nice chilling out and sort of like exchanging information just here. I really love this. And I definitely have Peter to definitely thank for giving me the extra boost of confidence as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna log out soon, and I'm just gonna look at my feedback to see whereabouts I am in the stream before I do that. So I'm just gonna leave this at this screen. Right, guys, take care.